So in my series looking at accommodation, apartments, places you can live, just up here on the zoomed out map, and as you can see, actual houses in the north, and anywhere outside the city there's almost nothing. There's one thing here in Sandy Shores, and there's a couple of houses right up here, 3 houses, or actually apartments, I call them, they're really houses, up here in Paleto Bay. None of these are 10-car garages, unfortunately. Looks like there's a little one there in Grapeseed. Again, just a 2-car garage on that one. So these are all small apartments. If you want something that's got a 10-car garage with it, you've got to go into the city. And the one most people buy to start with is the cheapest 10-car garage here. Not that one. Del Perro Heights, apartment 7, 200,000. That's what most people go with to start with. And there's another one here with an updated interior. I might switch to that one with my main Del Perro apartment just to have an updated interior. But it doubles the cost for no real benefits. It just looks a bit different. But, you know, 200,000 to me is nothing. It's like one sale, so who cares? Now, I had one of the stilt houses, and I showed you that it's pretty much useless. I would not recommend buying a stilt house unless you've got tons of money. For me, I've had it for about 6 months, and all it's done is sit there holding cars. It's just been a 10-car garage. But every property you own, you're paying a little bit of charge every day in the game, every 48 minutes. So having a 10-car garage with an apartment attached is more expensive than having a 10-car garage without an apartment attached. I decided I was going to move that and see if I liked a different apartment better. And 2 of the apartment blocks that are very central to the city, which make good sense, being central to the city, you know, gives you much quicker access to lots of things around you. There's Alta Street here, and there's Integrity Way here. So I grabbed one of the ones in Integrity Way and sold my stilt house, which was up in the North Hills, which was very inconvenient. The stilt houses are all these ones, and as you see there, windy streets. Why would you want a garage up there when it just makes you take longer to get back into anywhere you want to go to? Also, the garages are not attached to the building, so you've got to park your car and then leave the garage to go back in to get into your apartment if you wish to go to your apartment, say to start a heist. So they're not convenient in several ways, and everything else is just stage dressing. So I bought one of the ones in Integrity Way, and you see this one's 235, so not a lot more expensive than the Del Perro one. And the ones at Alta Street are similar kind of prices, again, not that much more. But I went for Integrity Way because I felt that was even more central. So I'm here at just outside my meth business, my MC meth business, and not hearing any sound. Oh, I have my volume turned down. And I've marked up my direction to Integrity Way because one of the things, it's usually a good idea to go and have a look at the apartment and work out where the front door is and where the garage door is. Do those locations suit you? And really, you can't tell until you've used them a few times. It doesn't matter to me. I can afford to switch apartments every day if I want to. But I decided to have a look at this apartment. And things you kind of take into account, like traffic, how easy it is to get into and out of the garage. Do you want it to be tucked away where maybe you can stand outside the garage without other people in the game wanting to attack you? Or do you want something you can pretty much just belt into at top speed? And the one I went to, what I discovered is when you mark it with your GPS, mark the house because it doesn't show you the garage. So here's the front door. They always have the for sale sign outside the front door, and that's where I'd go if I was walking in on foot, and that's where I would come out if I was coming out on foot. So I'd pop out here, and my vehicle would hopefully be parked somewhere not too far away. But then you see the garage symbol is around the back. So if I want to get into the garage, I'm driving around here, and I've got to go in here. And this is the garage. And when you get close enough, you automatically go to parking cutscene. So there's my car back in the garage, and I'm not entirely sure I like that, having to kind of go 3/4 of the way around the building to park my vehicle. When you when you buy a new apartment, you have a choice of either adding it to your existing apartments, or once you're up to 6 apartments, you will have to sell one to change to a new one. You can't reduce the number you've got to add a new one or replace the one you already have. And I already had all these cars in here except for this, the Tulip here, which I drove to get here initially, and then my Roosevelts, 2 Roosevelts there, they were already parked up here. So when you sell one apartment and move to another one, it takes all the cars for you. You don't have to worry about emptying the garage and then refilling the garage, so that's convenient. But if I were to sell this, it's already got 7 cars in. I couldn't buy a 6-car garage or a 2-car garage because there'd be too many cars. So I'd have to reduce the number of cars in here if I were to go down to a smaller garage attachment. In all other ways, this garage is exactly the same as the one I had attached to the Stilt House or any other 10-car garage, except the Stilt House does not have the elevator. I do have an elevator. And immediately you see from the door and the paintings, this is the kind of upgraded interior. Now I don't get a choice of interiors, it's what you get. So this is the look of this interior with the updated interior. And it's okay. My bedroom is along this way. Bedroom, bathroom through the back. Wardrobe in there if I want to change my clothing, but of course I can just do an instant change to an outfit I've already had set, which is what I normally do. Highstrom's in here, so if I were popping into the Highstrom and then wanted to run out the building again, I'd appear somewhere close to here. I'd just spin round, up the little short steps, and I'm at the door ready to leave. So that's reasonably convenient, not too bad. I think that's a little bit more of a walk than it is in the cheaper apartment though, the one at Del Perro. And I've got my TV set up here, so I can sit and watch TV. And I've got a little bit of a view out of over the city. So the problem I've got here, and again, it's really, you don't stand here for hours looking out the window. It doesn't matter that much. It's, you know, if you would in real life, but you're not going to. Well, in the real life, you'll be aware of the thing. In the game, you're just going to be busy doing stuff. But I've got this building site right opposite, and of course, despite the fact the game's been out for 6 years, they still haven't finished this building. So I've got an ugly crane and a building site right outside my window. And I'm not entirely sure I like that. I can see the observatory up at the top of the hill there. I can see the Vinewood sign. There's a big, I think that's some kind of hotel over there. But really the very first thing you notice is this ugly building site. You're also right next to a main road with traffic out there. Now I'm up a little bit above the traffic, so if this were real life I probably wouldn't be hearing any traffic noise, or not much, but maybe you like watching the cars. And there's a little park over there too. So I've switched the apartment for now, and I'll keep this one for a bit. Not entirely sure I'm impressed by it. That business with the garage where you mark the house because you won't see the garage from a distance away, and then have to work your way out to the actual garage around the corner, could become annoying. could become annoying. It depends on how often you're going to be driving cars in and out of your garage. Usually you'll park them in there, and then when you want them, you'll call your mechanic and he will just deliver them to you. And if you call something else, he'll return that to the garage it came from. So it might be annoying for switching cars around if you're going to do it yourself by driving, but you may not be doing that very often, so it may not matter. In terms of pedestrian access, I haven't tried this yet. Let's go out the front door and then call in a car. So exit the apartment. And I'm on the street, and I say, just came straight out from where that blue dot was. I'm on a main road, so that's handy. And let's call in my personal vehicle. By the way, I always look at my feet here because it tends to make the car appear a little bit closer to where you are. And there it is. So that wasn't too bad. That was pretty convenient. And then let's just try again, going in. Apparently I'm pretty high up in the tower. And then coming out again, and we'll see if the car's in the same location. Rockstar are having saving problems at the moment. Yeah, it didn't move anywhere. Now, if you've been somewhere else and you blip in, it may put the car somewhere else. If I find that out, I'll add another video. But it seems like it's going to park outside this building, Tinkle Technology, and not park outside this building. On the other hand, this will be parking on a bit of a hill, so maybe that's just as well. They're both for Integrity Way, actually. They're both the apartment block, but for some reason the entrance to the apartment block is not this one, but the other one. Anyway, that's a quick look at Integrity Way as an apartment, and I think it's definitely better than the being up in the hills, because at least my garage is attached and it's not too far to go round to the garage at the back. You would have to judge if you like that or not. The that blocky shape you're seeing underneath the building, the kind of paler thing, is actually underground tunnels. So there's subways under the map, and they show you the subways, but you would need to actually get down to it to access it. So Integrity Way, it's much more central to the main map. That's a great thing. There it is. It's pretty much smack in the middle of the city. This is the main area where activity is going to occur. The other one is just down the street here, so not a lot of difference. And what I might do now is switch Eclipse Towers, which is this one up here, for Alta Street, which is way down here, because I think that might be a more convenient location. And then I can give you a review of Alta Street. For now, this is Integrity Way. And if you don't buy the upgraded interior, not a lot more expensive. It's still under 250,000.